Welcome to here it is. In a World Series Game 7 winning Curly W. This is the Bucks. Dagger! It's 1974. The Washington Capitals are the 2018 Stanley Cup champions. I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Despite all this, despite the churn, my approval ratings keep going up.
We are ready to give our 500% support back to this franchise, back to this city, back to this team after Snyder leaves. And then this is the poo-poo you put on the field.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to support fake teams that can't ruin my life.
Did you call bank? I'll call game.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, one and all. Episode number 366 of the DTC podcast. We are recording. It is January 5th, if I'm not mistaken. So much has happened actually since the last time we were gathered here, boys. Stevie, 2 in a row. I mean, I think we got to call it a streak at this point. 2 in a row is a big deal around here.
It's a heat check episode for me. I'm on a bender right now.
I mean, it's got to be. We got Waterfast going on. We got a Trent Williams jersey in view for anybody that's streaming live.
I'm throwing everything at you.
I know. Honestly, it's been. There was some. What's his face? Pete from Philly engagement as well in the Somali daycare aftermath and the Venezuela operation. There's a lot going on. There's so much happening both in the offline chat and there's some sidebar chats as well. Pete from Philly, by the way, wanted to be in the official chat.
Never.
There was no votes cast for. It was quick. It was very swift actually.
I think he could. Tim Waltz has got some time on his hands. Maybe they could team up on a chat.
I mean, maybe not. To be very honest, Tampon seems very busy these days in Minnesota. He's got his hands full. He's opening daycare centers. He's funneling money back to himself. Maybe at the end of this episode we can get into it a little bit. FP, you sat out last week. We covered it for anybody that missed 365. I highly recommend you go hear it because it may be the last time we hear the combination of myself, Stevie, and LP run a 3-man weave. Although you did get a ton of shout outs. Did you have a chance to actually hear episode 365?
I did listen to it, and I mean, it was a great episode. I just, LP needs like a shot of heroin or morphine or whatever wakes him up.
Yeah. He needs all
TRT.
He needs a cocktail. He needs he needs something to get
some liver blood, I don't know, unicorn blood. What did Ray Lewis take for the playoffs?
Deer antler testosterone replacement something. Yeah. We'll get to the Ravens. You brought up Ray Lewis. We got to talk about the Ravens here pretty soon. And Andy, I got to give you a very warm and special shout out here and say thank you. Andy has made his way into the green room 2 episodes in a row, fighting the flu. Everybody punting. It's the end of year. I need to take it. Andy's dying in his bed. He shows up with his A shirt and his mustache in the producer room, in the green room, helping FP and I in 364. And then he popped in last week as well. I think he had dinner plans or something going on. He was like, you know what? I'm going to take a small break from my guests here and just check in on the boys. Thank you, Andy.
Prioritize the show, baby. That's what I do.
God, I love
Stevie,
to hear it.
tell me more about this jersey because I don't know the backstory. Why do you like Trent so much? Or is it, what's the story here?
Guys, come on. Okay, I pulled out the big money TW jersey in honor of Wild Card Weekend and to scare Pete from Philly off because I know the 49ers are playing the Eagles. Listen, Trent Williams is the greatest Redskin that we've ever had. Okay, pure talent-wise, Hall of Famer. We gave him up for nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. Who was the GM?
I think that was Goose.
Vinny?
It was Goose.
I think it was Goose.
Vinny was gone.
Yeah, it was Goose because he was worried that Trent's head was getting too big because of the cancer, so he traded him.
Franchise left tackle. Anyway,
meanwhile, he's been playing for 10 years.
One time I was watching 49ers game in front of my children. I went on a rant about how awesome TW was. My children, out of the goodness of their heart, bought me this as a Christmas present. So this is really the only place I can rock it. I'm not going to wear it in public.
Well, it is an interesting. It was the wrong color of red or maroon or burgundy or whatever, and it took me a second to just kind of clue in on what was happening here. I was like, oh, it's actually very fitting for you. There's a handful of one-time Redskins that I would never get upset with, you in particular, Stevie. Trent Williams at the top of that list. Derek Dockery had a place near and dear to your heart. I think you said his name more during the mid 2000s than any
66.
other. Usually just yelling at the TV.
Listen, is TW not the greatest Redskin?
You know, you said it, and my initial
accolades
response
is
was
yes.
No, but I think there's an argument there.
Accolades is yes, easily.
But I'm saying who? I was going off of pure talent, most impact.
What era are we talking about right now?
Any era.
You can't. You like if you're saying personal accomplishments, player, like just a player. Not part of the Super Bowl teams, nothing like that. Not life cut short, Sean Taylor, RIP. Like the ceiling was the greatest, but true week in and week out performance, season after season after season. The accolades, the all pro, the first team all pro, he's the only left tackle that's had like 11 Pro Bowls in a row, something crazy like that. Like accolades, he's by and far the greatest that we've ever had.
I'm saying who's number 2?
Chris Samuels.
Chris Samuels was great.
Great.
Second best left tackle that we've had.
Yeah, exactly. Not even the best position.
You're kind of sleeping here on like Darryl Green.
Darryl Green,
Darryl Green belongs
our
in
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
They all stunk.
No, Mark Rippon is that who you're getting at?
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams.
They're all great in their own way. But
Daryl deserves, I think.
Darryl Green for sure.
Darryl Green for sure. But I think in Stevie's defense, if you were to make an all-century NFL team. Right, all century
NFL.
Darryl Green wouldn't sniff cornerback.
Pick the best player of each position, all century
of
Trent
any
Williams,
team. He's not just talking about the Reds
team. Yeah. Trent Williams is probably making left tackle.
He's probably starting at left tackle, but I think Darryl Green is probably on the field also.
He's great, but there's some other corners, corners.
Dion is going to go ahead of Darryl Green.
I mean, there's a lot of
Trunk candidate.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't even
know. You go primetime Revis Island. I mean, it's changeable in the cornerbacks, but left tackles. Trent is locked in.
I'm going to use your Revis Island to get us started here on the show. Congratulations to the Jets, former employer of Darrell Revis. How do you go an entire season without a single interception? Anybody got a beat?
Especially when you play Tua twice.
How is that possible? That is going to stand for a long time, and the best you can do is tie it. You can't go negative. Like no one can ever beat you. You will always have a share of one of the worst records in history that you went an entire season, an elongated season. You had a freaking extra 4 quarters to get an interception. Nothing. I mean, to me, it's of course it's not a main storyline heading into wild card weekend, but doesn't it at least have to be mentioned here how terrible and inept that Jets team is when you look at it from top to bottom? I pulled some stats, and I'm not going to bore everybody with them, but the leading passer for the team didn't play past week 9.
6.
The leading receiver for the team didn't play past week 6. This is like historically bad.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's the Jets. What are you going to do about it? I mean, listen, it's Black Monday. Parlay that into every team that played the Jets and didn't do well, fired their coaches, and yet the Jets did not fire their coaches, right? There's a lot of Black Monday firings that happened. I mean, the NFL has a coaching problem, and I think that's what you kind of saw with no interceptions on the Jets is just coaching, I think, is the bigger problem than player talent.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad team. Stevie, did you even know this was happening, Stevie? No interceptions.
Nobody cares about the Jets. Nobody cares about the Jets.
Yeah, I'm barely hanging on, and you're asking me about.
All right. I thought it was an interesting tidbit. I mean, we got to talk about the season here. I
try to bring us into Black Monday.
Well, we could talk about Black Monday. I mean, we could talk about Cliff in particular and how Black Monday impacts him. He won't be going back to Arizona. You figure, I mean, for those that are maybe outside of DC here or not following the Cliff Kingsbury saga, there is a rumor circulating that he may not be back next season along with Joe Witt. And it seems like people are pretty evenly split on this. I'll tell you where he's not going. He's not going to Arizona. He's not going to the Raiders. He might go to Tennessee. He's not going to Miami. Like, where are you going to go? Maybe New York. If New York was smart, maybe they would come sniffing around the Cliff Kingsbury a little bit. But
he's not going anywhere. The momager tweeted that she's ready to run it back with her son.
Momager? Is this an official title now?
Momager, right? She's like, let's run it back, JD5 and KK.
You've been telling me all season this isn't a problem. Are you changing your tune here a little bit, FP? Is this?
No,
do you see this?
It's not a problem because everyone tweets. Okay, as long as she's not in the draft room, as long as she's not in the locker room, as long as she's not having sit-down meetings with AP, who cares what she says? Let her spew whatever she wants to
also,
spew.
She's not just his mom. She's
His manager.
certified. She's also an NFLPA certified agent.
Yeah.
So
That's a problem.
She's a little bit more than just his mom.
She have other
momager.
have other talent she's managing?
I mean, she's lobbying, right? Like, clearly, either it's coming from JD5 or from herself, but she wants KK back, and she's kind of lobbying for
Okay,
it.
so you don't think it's a problem
That's a
that
problem.
the mom of the quarterback on your team who played 4 games but only finished 2 went on the record publicly and said, we want to run
Again,
it back with the
right?
same guy?
This isn't like I think the counter was like, this isn't Sam Cosmi's mom, who has absolutely no idea what's going on. She's not in any way affiliated or employed by the NBA or NFL. She's an agent. Like, she can voice her opinion to sway things that she wants to happen.
I think we're
for her
making it-
agent. Like,
I think we're making it a bigger
fine.
deal than it is. If she's saying run it back, that is like the least consequential thing you can tweet. If she was saying, I don't like Cliff, I don't like how he's using my son, he's a pocket passer, a la RG3's dad, saying stop running him, then you have a problem. But if she just says run it back, who cares? Run it back, don't run it back. It's not really her decision.
But how do you not see that that's just two sides of the same coin? I mean, today it's run it back. Tomorrow it's I don't like how they're using my son. It's the same thing. It's the same concept.
If it's all on Twitter, who cares?
Because it gets in his head, as we saw with RG3.
Listen, not even 24 minutes ago, people were killing Caleb Williams because when he lost the game at USC, first person he ran to get consoled by with his mom. It actually potentially would have cost him his draft position if you guys are not remembering what happened when he lost his last game at USC. We saw Jaden go down this year and immediately look to his mom and give her a thumbs up. Like, it's a little bit more nuanced than I think you're both reading it or making it out to be.
If you get injured, you look to your loved ones. Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't hinder Peters and Dan Quinn as they're trying to build up the room that the quarterback's
unless you truly believe that we have a front office full of betas that are going to listen to outside sources and Twitter, then you have a problem.
It's not about it.
Of course,
it's the attempt.
Yes.
The fact that there was an attempt made, I'm not saying it's successful. Successful or unsuccessful doesn't matter. You are making an attempt to sway management. Dude,
saying run it back is, like I said, it's the least consequential thing.
But she didn't say it. She included a name that had just been in rumors. You're right. If she had just said run it back, let's go next season.
Towards the next year, let's get the boys healthy and see what happens.
From any other aspect, if you run it back with the same coordinator, it's good for your quarterback.
Except if he's not up for the job. Except if he's not going to improve from
the question. The question
okay,
isn't the question.
I hope you react like this.
Question is here's the question. The question is, what is the disconnect with AP, and why is it a disconnect with AP and not Dan Quinn? Dan Quinn is the head coach. It should be up to him if he wants his coordinator
busy
or not.
Growing everybody up, and Dad, I want to be everybody's friend.
It's okay. FP. Trey Amos's mom said, "I want to run it back with DQ." So you're good. That's fine. It's totally acceptable.
With Joe Witt, we love playing for Joe Witt. Let's run it back. You're okay with that?
Nobody on earth is saying that. Joe Witt's not saying that.
Okay, well, only one person on earth is saying run it back with Cliff.
No, that's not true. A lot of people are saying run it back with Cliff.
You want Cliff back?
I'm okay with seeing what's out there, but I don't mind if he's back.
Okay, so
I don't mind if I don't mind if you run it back. I think consistency is something that
we have to be honest. The fall off in year 2 was tremendous, and don't give me the quarterback nonsense and whatever. The quarterback play was terrible, and look, Jaden's draft mates are all of them are in the playoffs except Penix, but he doesn't.
I will not engage in this conversation until one of them get a playoff win.
So next week?
Oh yeah, in 7 days.
One of them doesn't even have to play.
Would anyone be surprised if Knicks Caleb and May go one and done in the playoffs? Would anyone be really that surprised? No.
I would be surprised if May and the Patriots lose when hosting the Chargers. I would be surprised.
Really? That's a much better defense than they've faced on their cupcake schedule.
But home field in New England is a big deal.
All right, I'm just
and frankly,
Caleb, all over the place.
What?
We are all over the place. Why are we always going back to comparing Jaden and his draft mates? Jaden was.
Have you never listened to the show? Did you just start listening to the show?
We go back to the same stuff.
Of course, we have to.
Wasn't available for the majority of the season. So what? The other people made the playoffs. They had an easier strength of schedule. Sure, cardiac.
Are you offended that we're interrupting each other?
Absolutely.
Andy, what do you want to talk about, Andy? We'll just do your time.
His mom is lobbying, and that's not a bad thing. It's fine. She's not anything to they're not going to make an organizational decision based off of her tweet. So who really cares what she says?
I disagree with you, but okay. What's okay?
If you're an NFL organization, you're gonna take the mother of your starting tweet into consideration when you make.
Well, it depends on which organization we're talking about, because the Jets, apparently the owner based a lot of decisions off Madden ratings. So
actually, that's fair.
That's fair too.
That's fair.
Yeah, and the Tennessee Titans owner, or was it the Colts? One of them put one of those women put a headset on and was like pacing up and down the sidelines trying to everyone has their own methodology here. Okay, but look, I will. I hear you, Andy, that we're always coming back to this topic, but it's his draft class, and they're all playing very well. It looks to be like it looks to be Pro Bowl Hall of Fame level draft class.
The first season, Jaden outpaced all of them.
Yeah, I think if you don't have season one for Jaden, and this was the case 2 years in a row, you can have this conversation. Yeah. But knowing what we know in season two,
I am concerned.
You just you have to sit on the comparisons until season 3. You just got to sit on.
And you've got to and let's have that conversation very briefly here. You need your receivers in, all of them, and I'm not picking just on Terry. You need everybody in training camp. Training camp is when you're working things out, not weeks 1, 2, and 3 of the season. You need to get significantly younger and faster on defense. And I think it was Andy or LP. Someone made a very astute point in the offline chat yesterday. Myles Garrett set the NFL record, and I think Burrow maybe laid down a little bit on it, but it doesn't matter. Congrats to him. He got it done. That defense is top 5 consistently year to year. That team wins 5 games or less every single season.
That's why Stefanski's fired.
And I hope if there was a way to pull him towards DC, I actually think he's a pretty good coach.
He's a very underrated offensive mind.
They have to do something, FP. They've got to do something here with their draft pick. And a lot of people on Reddit and like in the Twitterverse really upset that we fell from the 5th pick to the 7th pick. I think it's nonsense. I don't think it matters. Do you disagree with me?
It does not matter at all. There's 3 names that you're looking at if you're drafting in 7th overall, and all of them could fall to you, and you kind of have to go best player available, right? You have David Bailey, the edge from Texas Tech. He's probably going to be your best pure pass rusher. He's probably not falling to you. Even if you were at 5, he's not falling to you, right? So no harm, no foul. Then you have Caleb Downs, who I want specifically, right? The safety from Ohio State. He is your unicorn prospect. He is the playmaker that can do everything that Cliff can use. He can drop him down at linebacker, use him as safety, use him wherever you need to use him. He's that unicorn prospect. He might be there at 7, right? So no harm, no foul there. And then Arvell Reese, right? The linebacker for Ohio. He's going to be your Wags replacement. If you want to bring somebody in to replace Bobby Wagner, that's the guy you want. He's probably also there at 7. I don't truly believe that he is that type of talent, and I don't think you should waste a high first-round pick on a linebacker, personally. But he will be there at 7. And those are the 3, no matter where you are in the top 10, those are the 3 that the Commanders needed to look at, and that they're still in 7 compared to 5. That the options are still there. So it's an inconsequential win against a fake Eagles team.
Yeah, listen, I would always rather the win. I've never been for tanking, but it was a local media had it was a big thing on it this morning. I think it was in the Post, and I heard it on the radio as well. Basically, talking about like when you're drafting that high, the probability of hitting on a Hall of Famer or even a Pro Bowler is extremely low. So, especially with a team where the Skins are, they're gonna if you can parlay one pick into multiple picks, that's the move. The reason I brought up Myles Garrett and the historically great defense that's paired to a 4-win team every year. So I think I'm out on burning draft picks on defensive players.
No. You need to draft good, solid defensive players. You don't need to go. No, this is what we were talking about in offline chat today. You don't need to find the quote unquote blue chip player that is the generational talent like Chase Young was supposed to be and all of this stuff. And you don't need to find that guy, but you need to draft best player available, just solid, good. Yeah, solidify the roster, get younger, get real playmakers that make a difference. Like, you can say what you want about Sanderson, you can say what you want about Amos. Those are guys that came in immediately, and there's some learning curve there. Obviously, they're rookies, but you can see that the potential is there, and they can be playmakers, right? And that's what you saw with Kyle Hamilton. That's what you saw with Christian Gonzalez. That's what you saw with a lot of players that we did not take because of Ron Rivera and his terrible string of defensive players that he drafted. They were just so bad that they're not even in the league anymore. All you need to do is find players that can stay in the league, that can justify the price for their longevity.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I want to get into some of these matchups from the weekend that was and kind of set up the wild card weekend here too. The big game on Saturday. I mean, there was a couple good games overall between both days. Did anybody actually put some time in and watch the Bucks and Panthers? I watched.
I was at a bar, but yeah.
I watched. Yeah, I watched the majority of this game, and the Bucks, to me, like, if we're gonna pick one or two teams to be really disappointed in, or maybe they're disappointed in themselves, the Bucks were flirting with top 5, top 6, top 10 for the majority of the first half of the season. If I recall, I was really high on them. Baker was making an MVP case for himself. And then the wheels came completely off. I think, from a matchup perspective, they probably give, you know what? I take it back. I was going to say they probably give the Rams a little bit more run for their money, but the Panthers beat them, if I'm not mistaken, in Carolina just a couple weeks back. Am I misremembering that? Didn't LA go into Carolina and lose?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, upset alert here. I think this is an interesting one for me. Like, it depends on which version of the Panthers you get. The Rams are the best team in the NFC, in my opinion. They're also most probable to lose. Like, I would not be surprised to see them lose going into Carolina again. There's just something odd about that matchup for me is just a weird one. I don't know if you guys have the same read on it or not.
I think a lot of it depends on what defense you see from the Panthers, and that's kind of what got them into the playoffs. Say what you want about Bryce Young, say what you want about their rookie receiver McMillian or whatever his name is. It all comes down to what the defense for the Panthers can do, and that's a defense that's keeping them in the games, and they have a two-headed running attack. But the Rams, they got healthy, right? Higbee's back. If Devontae comes back, that's huge. They have the running attack.
Yes,
they'll probably be fine. It depends also. Stafford in his element. Stafford playing outside, it's a big deal, right? So it's probably going Rams.
I question the best team in the NFC. I mean, I watched enough of that Seahawks 49ers game to see what that defense did to Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. I mean, that was violent the way they rushed the quarterback and just minimized McCaffrey to nothing, who had looked really good the last couple of weeks, if I saw correctly. Yes. I mean, that's you can't, if you got a defense like that in January, you don't need that much more.
Defense wins championships, right? And the teams that are in this weekend, they're riding their defenses, right? More so than anything else, right? The Texans, even the Steelers, they bottled up Derrick Henry. Like, the defense is going to be the key difference maker here.
Stevie, the Seahawks have been impressive defensively, throughout the season. If we're being honest, that secondary has played really, really well. they've been able to run the ball with some consistency. They've got a two-headed attack there, even though neither one of their running backs is spectacular. They do a good job as a team. And Jigba is unguardable at times, it seems, right?
He's a superstar. He's a superstar.
But, again, it's Darnold. Like, how much faith do you put in Darnold, especially in a pressure situation? They'll be hosting either the Rams or I guess there is a scenario where they potentially are hosting.
They get lowest seeds. It could be the Packers.
It could be the Packers, Niners, or Rams. I guess it's wide open. But as it's set up right now, the Seahawks, to me, like, yes, they deserve credit. They were the number 1 overall seed. I think Andy had them consistently top 5 for the last, 4, 5, 6 episodes. Like, they were in there. But it's Darnold's play. Like, how much faith do you put in Darnold?
But well, I'll ask you a different question, Joe, is what are you asking Darnold to do? Because you're right. If you were asking him to, control an offense and make spectacular plays and be, best quarterback in the league, fine. But if you were asking him, akin to what the 49ers asked Brock Purdy to do, it's like if you were asking him to manage a game, use the running game, use the play action, rely on a defense, on a top-tier defense, protect the ball, then he's proven to be able to do that.
Yeah, look, to your point, he's won 13 games with 2 different teams, 2 seasons in a row. Like, he is not – he's a point of concern. I think just from a, nerves perspective, I think the entire Seahawks team will have some nerves, right? You've got a coach who's never done this before. You've got Darnold under center. You've got some pieces there, I think, that are – we'll see, right? And depending on who they get, I think they actually may want to see a division rival, right? They may want to see the Rams or the 49ers, maybe not the Packers, although the Packers might be the easier out. I don't know. That's an interesting matchup. The Stevie, you had mentioned at the jump, the 49ers Eagles game is one that you're particularly interested in, and I am too. I think all of us are. I expect the 49ers to win this game. Does anyone see? I know the Eagles are hosting at home. I know they rested everybody. Does anyone feel strongly that the Eagles can actually pull this one out? I think they will lose this game.
The 49ers looked banged up. Not looked. They are banged up. Going into Philly, no, I think the Eagles will win this game.
Oh, so you do have the Eagles. You have the Eagles at home beating the 49ers.
With my head, yeah. Not with my heart, but yeah.
It all depends on Brock Purdy's play. Like, if Philly comes out with a really strong defense, putting pressure, that dude Carter gets, his way on the line of scrimmage, I think Philly will win this too. Because the Niners are, I don't want to say they're frauds, but they're very delicate. I guess they're very.
They need
one thing could go wrong, and then the team just loses. It can't function.
They need Kittle back, right? They're not the same offense without Kittle on that field, and he'll be back. I think he'll be back. I'm putting more trust in Brock Purdy to be the better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, right? Yeah. That's what it comes down to. So if you can make the Eagles one-dimensional, which I do think Kyle and Salah can find a way to make them one-dimensional, and you just remove Saquon from the equation, or
Saquon will remove himself. I mean, Saquon hasn't been tremendous.
That's what it's coming down to. If you can do that, Jalen Hurts is not going to be able to put the game on his back and win.
That's actually a really interesting point. If you're the Eagles and you're game planning this week, I mean, is the move here just to hand the ball off to Saquon 30 times and try to do something you haven't done all season?
That's why all Eagles fans hate Patullo, right? Because in theory, that's all they want him to do, right? Yes. And if it doesn't work and he abandons the run, and they say pass the ball, then they run into the obstacle of Jalen Hurts can't pass the ball.
What do you make of the Eagles having a chance to go for the second overall, second seed in the NFC? I mean, they got everything they needed to kind of fall into place for them to challenge and hold on to the second seed, and then they couldn't do it. I mean, obviously in the end they ended up losing to the Commanders. But what do you make of that? Like resting starters and not?
I think it was on purpose.
Okay.
I think they predicted seeding, and I think they said give us an injured Niners over a Packers.
Really?
I think so. Mm-hmm. Packers are they're more well-rounded, and they can make up for the loss of Micah, but Jordan Love is healthy. Jacobs is coming back. The receivers can get it done.
But But don't you also,
if you're Sirianni, you're probably like, give me the Niners, give me the injured
FP,
team.
if you're doing this predictive business, right, and you're looking at Seattle, the probability of Seattle losing to a San Francisco or an LA is pretty big. And then now you're hosting the NFC, the NFC Championship game potentially, right? If you got to get through, whoever, Green Bay or Chicago, and like it's I don't know. Like to me, it seems like they had a lot to play for, and they just decided, no, we're gonna rest.
I think they also saw the chippiness from 2 weeks ago, and they're probably like, we don't want to risk a fluke.
Oh, that's a good point. Injury or suspension or something.
They're soft. The Eagles are soft, and they're trying to find the easy way to get to a victory.
So it sounds like we're split on this. FP and I are on the Niners. Stevie and Andy, you're on the Eagles. It sounds like.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the 49ers pulled off, but I think the Eagles are the better team for a day.
Yeah, like that matchup, the 6-3, the Niners and the Eagles it's probably the one that's most 50-50 in my opinion. Like you got Rams, Panthers. I think everybody would probably pick the Rams without any hesitation. And then the Packers and Bears. I mean, that's also a 50-50 game, I guess. But I think the Eagles-Niners game is the most 50-50.
I mean,
the Bears barely got over the Packers without facing a healthy Packers team.
And they gave up like 150 points to the Lions very early in the season. Now admittedly,
that's my point then. Everyone picks the Packers then.
He just disagreed with himself in the same sentence.
I guess that's my point then.
Fastest back ever in the history of the show. Yeah, that was the Bears to me are playing better defense right now than the Packers. Is anyone going to challenge me on that? I think the Bears are actually peaking at the right time here. I like what they're doing. You guys kill me every week for coming in here and saying the same things. Caleb is proving to be a good quarterback. I'm not saying great. I'm saying good. FP, come on, you can't take that away from him. They have two running backs.
So sloppy footwork, sloppy passing, sloppy. He's never doing anything to take over. He's not. I
didn't say anything about JD5. I'm talking about.
I'm not talking JD5. I'm saying Caleb has sloppy footwork and his mechanics are off, and he does a lot of boneheaded mistakes.
What a little dig.
I mean, okay. Are you? Are you going to challenge that they have two running backs that can legit house the ball if necessary? Monogany and Swift.
Monogany.
Sure, they're good. Are they
Mahogany?
Are they the type of running backs that make you shake? No, you can bottle them up.
Running backs. Okay. How about DJ Moore? Not a threat.
How is he different than a Romeo Dobbs? It's the same thing.
All right, so you're on the Packers. You got the Packers going into Green Bay.
I'm on LaFleur being more prepared in a playoff scenario than Ben Johnson. And Ben Johnson probably getting a little too cute and it biting him in the ass.
Stevie, where are you on this one? You got the Packers or Bears?
Where I'm at is you look at that Bears team and it's so similar to us last year where they just find a way to win and they get a lucky bounce and it's crazy. And I think they'll do that again. I assume at some point that luck will run out. I'm not saying they're going to make a run to the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying the mental aspect of the NFL and football is you get a couple of balls to bounce your way. All of a sudden that confidence grows. And you see it with Caleb Williams, the throws he's making. He's making some of the most spectacular throws I have seen in a long time. Now, some of the average throws he's not making, some of the routine stuff, but I'll take the Bears for another week because they have that ball is bouncing their way. We saw it last year with us. I think the Bears are us of this year.
Andy, where are you at on this one?
I'm going Packers.
Of course you are.
Better.
You
better
believe
than we thought. Hey,
since
the
week
Packers
one
are better than we all think they are.
Since week one, you've been.
You've been echoing that since week one. So.
You love Jordan.
I'm going Packers here. I think the Bears are frauds. They do find ways to win, but they're any 6 of those games without the lucky bounce or that Hail Mary or the 80-yard run to the tight end. Any one of those games, they can very easily be out of the playoffs or a wild card team. So I think the Packers are more well-rounded. They're more disciplined, and they're probably going to.
Who has the better defense? I think the Bears have the better defense.
They have the more opportunistic defense.
Exactly.
I think sound defense is Packers.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is going to go for like $120.
Yeah, I would take that bet.
I mean, that should be the game plan. I mean, it's very similar to some of the other teams we've talked about. I mean, turn around and hand the ball off many, many, many times. I mean, there's no use saving anybody at this point. Before we pivot into the AFC, I want to talk about the Sunday night game, and I trust everybody saw it or at least caught up at this point. What do you make of that Steelers-Ravens game? It was the highlight game, or the one that we all had circled going into the final week of the season. Stevie actually asked multiple times throughout the day for clarification that, and I quote, "Do I care about anything before Sunday night football?" To which pretty much everyone said no, just pay attention Sunday night. That game was a snooze fest for 3 quarters, and then it went bananas in the fourth, and I jolted myself like out of bed. I was like, I need to finish this game. This is too good. I'm disappointed it was the Steelers that ended up winning. I think the Ravens are the better team. I think the Ravens had the better shot of doing something in the playoffs. The Steelers look old. They look very just discombobulated. The coach, Tomlin, really irks me all of a sudden. Like, basically everything he does and says just annoys me now.
What was his quote today?
Yeah. Did you hear what he said?
If my aunt had man bits, she'd be my uncle.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. I'm just constantly annoyed by that team. And Aaron, I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's the NBC Sunday night cameras, but it seems like any chance they get between every single play, it's Aaron Rodgers and his big Somali head and his big helmet every single play.
Everyone's a Somali.
I mean, well, whatever. It's the close up on his face and his mannerisms. It drives me nuts. Like,
yeah, but that's just TV coverage, right? I'd rather look at Aaron's stupid face than Taylor Swift in a press box and hearing Chris Collinsworth gurgle Pat Mahomes' name in his mouth.
Maybe. Like, do you agree the Ravens played the better game? Does anyone disagree with me on that?
The game changed when Kyle Hamilton went out. That was your difference maker.
Yes, but Lamar looked fine. Like, he didn't look great, but he looked fine.
I think the bigger issue is Harbaugh went away from Derrick Henry, 115 yards in the first half, ran him 5 times in the second half.
Yes.
Like that to me is more criminal. And I think I'm in the minority where I think I'm one of the only people. I still like Aaron Rodgers. I have no problems with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, like the entire.
You're an anti-vaxxer.
No, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but the entire world just decided during COVID, like, we hate this guy. He's annoying. We hate him. And then everyone watched the documentary.
You're being a little disingenuous. Okay, he had a lot to do with it too. FB.
Okay,
he was a dick to basically everybody.
Okay, be a dick. Who cares? I'm a dick to a lot of people. It doesn't matter. I think I'm still a lovable guy, right? But look,
I always say that about FP. Okay, respect. Okay, he's a lovable guy.
All I'm saying is, this Steelers team, that win on Sunday night could very easily propel them deep into the playoffs, right? You have Aaron Rodgers, who clearly still has an arm on him. That pass that he gave,
he's got one arm but not 2 legs.
Oh, okay. I mean, you'll see it against if he can get through the Texans defense in that pass rush, he can get all the way to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
So
you won't any pressure on Rodgers, he folds.
But I kind of, I mean, that's kind of hot takey-ish.
No. If he can survive that defense, he can survive any defense.
It's a shame that the Texans have to travel to Craptown, Pittsburgh to play them, right? Because like the Texans have played well enough. They've basically been in playoff mode since the 4th week of the season, right? Anytime you start 0-3, you pull, what we call a Joe Burrow, and you just start in a hole. You're fighting for your life the rest of the way. The Texans are that good. They just are
defensively.
Do you believe they will come into Pittsburgh and win, FP, or do you have the Steelers somehow eking this one out?
No, the Steelers probably get the win because of the stupid Mike Tomlin doesn't lose on Monday night. I don't think the Steelers have lost a Monday night game since like 1992. Some insanity like that. Listen, if the Steelers can do it, they're getting DK back. We all don't really believe in DK, but if that's a team, I think got the jolt they needed, and everybody in the Steelers organization, all players, whenever they play with Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't matter what team, they're like, what? Why are you all of a sudden playing better? Why are you all of a sudden performing better than you were on any other team? The answer is always the same: Aaron Rodgers, right? You heard it 1,000 times on the broadcast. Aaron Rodgers has these guys over for 4 days a week, studying, discussing, working on things. And then when it comes to
they're
playoff,
not good. They're not good. Their offense looks like anemic. The defense plays extremely uninspired.
they ran the ball well, right? And he's doing it with probably the worst receiver core in the league until they get DK back.
Yes, but it's Aaron's guys, right? It's MVS. We've seen this before.
But you also saw that the Texans almost lost to a Colts team playing for nothing with a rookie QB. So not every game's a gimme.
What happened to TJ Watt?
He got a punctured lung during dry needling.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw this. I saw this stat because TJ Watt obviously had was tied with Strahan for the record before Sunday, 22.5. But the snap counts I found to be very interesting. Michael Strahan took him 567 snaps to get the 22.5 sacks. That's what, back in 2001, I think. 2007. Thank you. TJ Watt took him 616. Myles Garrett did it in 437.
Right.
The efficiency is just oof. I mean,
Strahan actually had a little beef with that. He said he did it in a 16-game season. Garrett did in a 17-game season. It's crap.
Wait.
He did it in 100 less snaps.
I know.
Joe, did you hire a private stat boy that we don't know about? Where are you getting this? Who is feeding you this? Okay.
The problem is when I started posting stuff in the chat, Andy and FP are like, we saw the same thing. So it was taking it away. So
I see there's a guy in the green room. Are you got a private stat boy guy?
Listen, we set a rule at the start of the season here that start of 2026 that you need to be in the broadcast or in the green room to stay in the offline chat. I am happy to report that this means 20 has now punched his ticket to March. So
respect.
I guess we'll see him in March too. So it's so far this is panning out. The threats are panning out, but
not for everyone. Some people don't take you seriously, Joe.
Well, they're going to learn. What else can I say?
They're probably busy eating a sandwich.
They're going to go the route of Maduro, I think is what you're saying.
Sunday was a rare quiet day. So usually Sunday morning actually is a pretty it's prime time for the offline chat. Somebody came in there, started just lobbing bombs about sandwich shop this, and I'm just triggering everybody with their terrible takes. And then somebody was looking for a barber. I don't know. The chat was unhinged on Sunday this week.
It's the last week of the season. That's what happens.
I know. And there was nothing to watch. Wild card. Okay, so FP, you've got the Steelers winning. Andy, where are you on this one? Steelers or Texans?
I actually think the Texans are going to take this one. And I don't even think it's going to be close. The Texans are fired up. I get that they almost lost to the Colts, whatever. But like you said, Joe, ever since like week 4 or week 5, they've just been playing with a different dimension. They're not going to let this one slip away. I feel like they're going to come pretty fired up, and they're going to dominate at least this game. Can't say anything about the next round.
Stevie, who you got?
I mean, we already said defense wins in the playoffs. I think the Texans have the better defense. That pass rush, I think they're flying around. I think what's the heck? D'Amico Ryans has got them playing all. I mean, I think it'll be a boring game, but I think you get pressure on Aaron, then that shuts down that offense. That's it.
I hate the Texans. How do they have 14 different alternate jerseys? I feel like every time I watch a Texans game, they're in a different uniform.
How are they in the playoffs every year? Literally every year.
This is the first time they're not in the shitty 4:00 slot on wild card weekend on a Saturday.
I was just about to say, it's like a tradition. If the Texans qualify for the playoffs, they play in the crap slot, the 4:30 Saturday slot.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Texans Chargers where nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yes. What are they doing playing on Monday night? Like this?
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't know. I think it's going the Steelers' way. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, who got the 4:30 slot? I should know this.
The 4:30 is the
Saturday.
I think that's Rams Panthers, and then you get Packers Bears at night.
No. We get. Oh yeah, that's right. Patriots are 8:00 Sunday night.
Yes.
Yeah, triple header Sunday.
The Bills are the middle. Bills are the meat in the sandwich. The Eagles, 49ers, I believe, are the 1:00.
Which helps the Eagles over the Niners. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Broncos are the bye. Congrats to the Broncos. The aforementioned Bills go in as the 6th seed. They did trot out your boy, Josh out there just to do one handoff to keep the streak alive. it seems like that was the last game to ever be played in that stadium. They're moving across the street into their new stadium, into their new digs next season. But they're going to be traveling down to the red-hot Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is probably the game I'm most looking forward to. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I love what the Jags are doing and their goofball coach. I love what Sunshine's doing under center. I think he, with his crazy grill and everything else that's going on, I love what Jacksonville is doing, and I have them winning this game. Someone tell me I'm crazy.
No, I mean I've had the Jags flirting with top 6 or 7 for a few weeks now, to the point where all of you were shocked that I said they're a better team than a lot of people give them credit for. They're solid on all 3 phases, and I think what's going to be the difference maker for them is their field goal kicker can bomb it. He can bomb it like a 65 yarder for him is nothing. So if you get a touchback at the 35, all the Jags need to ever do is get 15 yards of offense, and then they can put up 3. That's insane.
Yes. It actually, this is where the league is going. Kickers that can routinely kick from 60, 65.
I think they're going to change the touchback rule because of it.
Meaning what? Like
meaning they're going to stop giving it. They're going to go back to old school. They're not going to give it to you at the 35 anymore.
I mean, it is very impressive, and he kicks it. It's not fluky anymore. FP. He does this seemingly every week under any conditions, more so at home than anywhere else.
Yeah, if they meet Denver.
Well, he tried to set the record in Denver. Like, that's the place to go do it, in Denver. Andy, do you think the Jags can win this, or are you still on the Bills?
Absolutely, the Jags can win this. They will win this. They've been in my top 5 for like 2 or 3 weeks coming into the final couple games of the season. They're red hot. Trevor Lawrence, T-Law, he's playing out of his mind. Defense is flying around, hitting people. Like, they didn't even rest any of their starters the last game, right? They played the entire game, and they put up 40-some points. Like, they're keeping that momentum, and they're riding that momentum. And the Bills are kind of sputtering. If it's not for Cook, breaking a couple runs for a touchdown, like, their offense isn't really that scary anymore.
So
and their defense is awful.
FP, you've got the Bills winning this in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a line out of Stevie's mouth. He's the best player in the NFL right now. You can't bet against Josh Allen. You can't bet against playoff experience. You can't bet against the magic that he has shown time and time again.
I think there's an exception to every rule, and I think this one might be it. Stevie, every time I say Sunshine, you giggle.
I love it.
Are you out on Sunshine?
Okay. Getting into my 90s playbook here. Okay, I love it.
Yes, remember the time, Stevie.
What are you asking me? Oh, Bills, Jags. I mean, the Jags are the better team. The Bills have the best player in the world. Give me the best player in the world. Listen, one of these days, I'm going to be wrong.
Defense?
Like I said, I could very well be wrong on Sunday, but you don't bet against the best player in the world.
I think it's going to be a Jacoby Myers type of day. I think he has proven his value. FP, I'm still in your line and using it against you. They can't cover all of the weapons that the Bills cannot cover all of the weapons that Jacksonville can roll out there. And for as goofy as Duval is, I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden. He deserves an immense amount of credit. He's getting Trevor Lawrence to play at a level that we haven't seen consistently out of him in his entire career. He's getting, and they run the ball, they defend very well. Like, they are a complete team, and arguably their number 1 draft pick isn't even on the field at this point. Like, they're actually better than what they look like now when what's his face comes back next year. So it looks like we're going 3-1 here. Oh no, sorry, we're split. We've got FP and Stevie going with the Bills, and then Andy and I are on the Jags. Last game to pick here. Stevie, we'll go to you first. It's the Chargers at the Patriots. This one in particular, the Patriots were playing. They had a shot to still tie up that 1 seed. They didn't end up getting it. They're going to be hosting. I think this is Sunday night. Sunday night or Saturday night? It's Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Thank you. Obviously, Harbaugh knows what he's doing. He's coached this team, very well throughout the season. The Chargers have looked really, really good at times, and then very pedestrian at other times. hat tip LA for getting both their teams into the playoffs. But who you got in this one? You got the Patriots are hosting. Drake May, I already know what FP and Andy are going to say. He played nobody. His stats are fluff because he played against nobody. They played nobody. Vrabel's overrated, blah, blah, blah. Who do you got in this one?
Give me Tom Brady's test tube baby. Okay. They put the guy's sperm in a box. Drake May popped out. Give me those genes. Okay. That's all. It's hard hitting analysis right here. I haven't seen a Chargers game all season. I could name you 3 Chargers players outside of Justin Herbert. There's no way.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. I was going to go Keenan Allen.
Okay.
He's the only player you need to mention.
Keenan Allen.
You don't got one more?
Manti Te'o and Junior Seau.
All right.
It's Stevie. Thank you, Stevie. Andy, who you got in this one?
Man, I'm torn on this one because I like the Chargers. I was high on the Chargers most of the season. But like you said, they fluttered, then they looked good, and then they sucked. New England has consistently looked good, although they've looked good against crap opponents. It depends what kind of Chargers you get this game. And I feel like they have a history of sucking when it matters most, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't they? When it comes to like a fourth quarter kick, Young Ho Koo or whatever, Young Wei Koo, like they always seem to lose when it matters. So unfortunately, I'm gonna pick New England.
Unfortunately, why unfortunately?
Because my heart's with the Chargers. I've liked the Chargers all season. I wanted them to succeed. I liked them this year.
FP, where are you at on this?
I'm going Chargers. I think Justin Herbert is like the prototypical under the radar.
I'm really surprised. I'm very surprised.
I think. Listen, the Chargers defense found a way to suck a couple more years out of Khalil Mack, right? Like that is a good defense. If they can bottle up Travion Henderson or Ramondre, and you take away that run game, which I do think Harbaugh and that defense will be able to do, and they rested Justin Herbert for the last 2 weeks, basically. I think that's a team. They will come out and they will be more smash mouth than what Vrabel thinks his team is, right? I think you get a disappearing act from Diggs. I think the run game gets bottled up. And I think Drake May, listen, if you want to go back to that draft class discussion, right now he is the best of the draft class, and I will totally own that. He is playing the best QB as far as QB positions go. He is the cleanest in the pocket. He doesn't make his mistakes. He is fast. He is a big body. He is doing everything right. But it's against suspect. And like I said, I'm not giving any of these guys their flowers until I see what they do in the playoffs.
And look, and I understand that, and I'm not saying this to hate on anybody in particular, but we have seen Drake May play excellent football, and it's not like he's playing against the high school teams. He's still playing against NFL teams.
He's doing it
Wait a
against
sec.
NFL teams.
Is Stephon Diggs playing?
Yeah, Diggs is playing. Why would he not be
potentially suspended?
Because didn't he just get charged with like strangulation or something like that? Like,
oh, he's playing.
I think that got cleared up.
I'm pretty sure. If he's not playing, well, you know what? I'm willing to still keep my money on the Patriots. I think they've got all. How many teams did we say have 2 really good running backs? The Rams have 2 good running backs. The Panthers have 2 good running backs. The Bears have 2 good running backs. I'm not going to count B-Rob and the 49ers. The Jags have 2 good running backs. The Texans have 2 good running backs. The Chargers have 2 good running backs, and the Patriots. That's a ton of teams. Seattle has 2 good running backs, and the Broncos. I mean, maybe there's a formula there. Maybe there's something to pay attention to if you're trying
strong run game, good defense. It's been the formula for the NFL over the last 6 years.
Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson are probably the best 2. Like in my opinion, they can house anything. They can also catch the ball out of the backfield, both of them, which every other combo I just laid out, it's one or the other, or they lean more towards one or the other in the passing game. The Patriots can put either of those guys in on any play, and you have no idea what's coming at you. I think Vrabel is a very talented coach. And I think for the Tennessee Titans, I think I said this last week or the week before, there's a scenario, where if you're a Titans fan, you still have Vrabel, you have Malik Willis, you have A.J. Brown, you have Derrick Henry, you have a team. because that defense still is actually playing pretty well, all things considered. But I'm still on the Patriots. I think at home in New England, this will be a very big opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for Drake May.
I need to put a parlay on all of these first time QBs just losing in the playoffs. Bryce Young, Caleb, Drake May, Bo Nix, all of them. Trevor Lawrence, I think, has one.
So you're just taking all the old guys.
No, I'm just saying all of the no wins in the playoffs. Obviously, like probably one of them will come through, but the playoffs are different, man. This is the best weekend of football for a reason.
This week or next week? Divisional round.
I like this round. Divisional round is insanity, but yeah. I mean,
it's exciting nonetheless. Obviously, we were involved in it last year, so it carries a little bit of different weight. But is there one game in particular, though? For me, it's the Bills and the Jags. I'm always keen on a division rival too. So like Bears Packers has a little bit of interest for me. But is there any one game in particular you guys are really locked into? One or two games more than the rest?
I mean, I'm gonna go for old man Aaron finding a way to turn this into his swan song and making something out of what could be his last season.
I mean, besides the Jags and Bills, I'm intrigued by the Eagles-Niners game still.
It's a good spread. Okay. I mean, we got some good matchups here. I mean, the only one I think is going to be a dud is the Steelers game. FP, I hear you, and I'm trying to get myself, a little bit more excited for that one. That looks to be the worst matchup of the weekend. And let's just talk about the number ones here. Any issue with the Broncos and the Seahawks going in as the ones? Did you guys want to see anybody else?
No, I think they both have earned it. I mean, listen, Bo Nix, I think he cannot afford to play only one quarter in a divisional matchup. If he doesn't show up early, they're screwed. And that's kind of been his thing the whole time is he doesn't really show up from the start of the game. Or the whole team doesn't really show up.
Looking at the 5, the 6, and the 7 seeds in both conferences, the Texans, the Bills, the Chargers, the 49ers, the Packers, and the Rams was most likely to go the furthest just of those 6.
Rams.
Not the Bills. You were so big on the Bills. You're so high on the Bills like 5 minutes ago, FB.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford, right? Like, they can put up points against anyone. They can get into slugfests with anyone. Puka is insane. If they get Devontae back, they're just stacked. I mean, it's the same thing that you said with the Jags. They have too many weapons to stop everyone.
Yeah, I look.
Also, huge man crush on McVay. He's always going to get my love.
I think he wears custom like warm up shirts. Like those have to be like cut for his upper body.
I just talking about somebody looking for a barber. His hair is always fantastic.
He's always doing the smelling salts. He's always got the
hawk,
big eyes and the I know he's
definitely doing lines of something before.
He's very dreamy. He's very dreamy. Anybody want to make a bold prediction here? What got a Super Bowl pick? Anybody got one in mind, or you want to punt and wait for next week?
I think the ones will be the Super Bowl.
Really? Chalk. That's it. Or I disagree with
I don't think Denver. Yeah, I don't think Denver makes it to the
see
Super Bowl.
I can see. I think home field advantage in Denver goes really far.
I mean, as somebody who was just in Denver and it was 70 degrees, may not benefit them too much.
No, I'm talking.
I tell you who I would like to see. I would like to see Jacksonville there. Like
that would be good. It's good for the NFL if Trevor Lawrence emerges as the elite talent he was promised to be.
Well, it's also great for Jacksonville to have one offseason without the never-ending "is he our guy" debate, because it seems like every year
such a small market trash. Like the worst thing for the NFL would be like Jacksonville, Carolina.
I was just about to say, what's the worst possible matchup? That might be it. That's a.
I mean, insane stories if Carolina finds a way to get there, but
yeah, the 298 expansion teams playing each other in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Did that not happen, by the way? Did that not happen? I
don't
maybe
think
I'm
Jacksonville's ever made it to a Super Bowl.
Brunel definitely made it to a Super Bowl.
With Jacksonville? No, they lost in the AFC Championship.
No, it was Blake Bortles.
No, they lost in the AFC Championship.
No. Hold on.
Or Blake Gilbert. Gilbert?
Gabbert.
Gabbert?
No,
It was
with
one of those
Liddell.
ding dongs.
No, guys, you're wrong on this.
Hey,
Jacksonville didn't make it.
I feel like
we have an intern in the green room.
Jacksonville has never made it to the Super Bowl, losing 3 times in the AFC Championship game, 96, 99, and 2017. All right, what about
2017? Who was that?
That was Bortles.
Yeah.
That was Blake Bortles.
The Panthers have made it to the Super Bowl twice, 2004 and 2016. Yes.
Yeah, that was Cam Newton and then what's his face? Matt Castle. Not Matt Castle. Who's oh crap. Mark Bulger?
Vinny Testaverde. 2004?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, 2004, Vinny Testaverde was on the Jets.
Panthers QB in 2004. Let's see. Oh, this is going to kill you. Come on, you can get it. I got it. You can get it. I looked it up.
Can we get a hint?
First letter starts with a J.
Jake Delhomme.
Yes.
Jake Delhomme.
You nailed it.
Wow.
Oh, that was fast. This might be a segment coming to the show pretty soon.
Name that.
Name the obscure player. Name the obscure quarterback.
Wasn't that what they say? Like you could put men in a room and they'll just sit and name random athletes that they loved, and they'll have the best time.
Yeah, I can walk you through the entirety of Kobe and Shaq's epic comeback in game 4 or 5 or 6 against the Kings, actually, circa 2000. FP, you had given me a little heads up, a little show note that you wanted to talk a little bit about Black Monday and some of the departures around the league. Any of them surprise you? There's one that surprised me, but anyone surprise you?
I think Stefanski's the most surprising because I don't think the team is bad. I think he got saddled with bad front office QB decisions. I like Stefanski. I mean, he was going to be coach of the year like 4 seasons ago. Like
with Baker.
When they had Baker, that was a team that was doing everything right. That was probably the most surprising. Gannon leaving Arizona, not surprising. Pete Carroll, one and done, not surprising. Raheem actually might be the most surprising now that I think about it, because they ended the season well. The NFC South is stupid because they ended in a 3-way tie.
Yes.
And one team's going to the playoffs, and it's the best season that they've had in forever. And the other team fires head coach and GM. It makes no sense, and they have the same record. The weapons are there. They have defensive player of the year. The defense is not bad. Bijan and the weapons there. Like, you could figure it out with Kirk and Penix. Like, if they just stuck with it, they probably have a great season next year. But they blew it up.
So Stefanski wasn't necessarily to blame for the Deshaun Watson contract. I mean, maybe he was in the room, but like that's not entirely his fault. You pay people to GM your team, and
he's not to blame for Baker either. That was the front office not wanting to be patient.
No, he's not. To me, Atlanta was the most surprising because what you saw over the last 5 weeks or 6 weeks when they just kind of stuck with Kirk and Penix was clearly out. That's the team that they were supposed to field week 1 of last season, right? Kirk under center, Bijan. Like what parts have changed in Atlanta? Like no, that's the team. They signed Kirk as a free agent to lead the Drake London, the Kyle Pitts, the Bijan Robinson. Like that was the team he was supposed to pilot.
Right.
Then the GM, I think the GM ultimately is the one that deserved to go, and he got axed today too.
Yeah.
For drafting Penix. That move made no sense. And the viral clip that's circulating everywhere today is of Arthur Plank in the is it Plank, the owner of the Falcons? Plank, Home Depot guy. He's in the green room. He's like, why did we just draft a quarterback? We just paid Kirk all this money. And I agree with you. They ended in a 3-way tie for the division, meaning 1 half game somewhere, they would have won the division. The Falcons would be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But they ended the season red hot with the guy that they signed as a free agent under center. So what that tells me is you had the right pieces here. You didn't have you added the wrong piece, being Penix.
They screwed themselves, but it's. I will say this. I do not want to see Raheem as the defensive coordinator.
I was just about to ask because I think it was Andy. I think it was you that said go sign him right now, or Stefanski. You said go sign somebody right now.
I'll take Stefanski as an OC.
I like Stefanski.
If you give me him over Cliff, I don't hate that. I do not want Raheem.
An hour ago, you're telling me that Cliff needs to stay. We need to run it back.
I'm saying I don't care if we run it back. I'm saying it's inconsequential.
Okay.
But I will say I will take Ulbrich as the DC. So the Falcons defensive coordinator, I'll take him as our defensive
This
coordinator.
will never happen. But what I would really like, you guys already know what I'm going to say. Move Dan Quinn.
Yeah,
the
demote
defensive
Dan
coordinator.
Quinn.
And then
Demote
hire
Dan
Stefanski. That would
That's
be
not gonna
amazing.
No.
Hey,
No. Stefanski, I think, has a little bit of Gruden syndrome. I think
or fire.
give him just the offense.
Why are we so tied to Dan Quinn?
You can't fire
Bro, we're gonna do hard. Come on, man. Like, you're the coach. You're not their
all
dad.
coaches do that, Joe.
No,
Every single coach has their shtick to bring
But
up their guys.
but you would agree it's different when McVay's doing it as a 37-year-old or 39-year-old or 41-year-old than Big Papa Cool DQ with his backwards hat at 55. It's totally different.
It doesn't matter. The players love him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, maybe because he doesn't actually push them to do anything. Maybe.
But he pushed them to NFC Championship game. You cannot get rid of him after 2 seasons. You cannot do it. If he sucks next season, sure, give him the boot.
Next season before you're ready to, like, if they come out of the gate 0-5, it's enough.
I mean, it's a loaded question. You know what AP does? Am I going to be more mad at AP or am I going to be more mad at DQ?
Well, you can't remove AP. That would require an owner who's not going to do anything. So AP's here.
Okay. I don't. You shouldn't be out on DQ because say what you want. Every single game with scrubs and jags and bullshit on the field.
Be very careful what you're about to say.
They
spent an entire month losing by 21.
But they did not ever look flat the way they looked flat under Ron Rivera, under Jay Gruden, under Mike Shanahan.
This is a terrible take from you.
They never looked
an
that
entire
flat.
month losing by 21 points.
I agree. Yes, that was bad. But they still never looked like anemic. There was always fight in them. Even when they're losing by 21 points, there was always fight in them.
I don't see it that way, but I'm not going to argue with you. What else is going on? You guys want to talk? You want to talk about the Red Hot Wizards? Wizards 6-4 over their last 10.
I haven't watched basketball. I haven't watched a single basketball game this year.
Wizards
at all?
Wizards look pretty good.
I mean, some of like Knicks, Cavaliers. Sure, I'll watch some random number 1, 2 seed, but I haven't watched a single Wizards game. I'll tell you that.
You should be watching Timberwolves basketball because it's that is a fun brand of basketball.
I don't like Gobert or whatever his name is. I don't watch that guy.
Nobody likes him. Everybody likes MJ Jr. That's why we're watching that team. And then the Wizards, they got some nice pieces.
Alex Sarr is a staple on the defense, right?
What's his code name, FP?
The Eraser.
The Eraser.
It's so good. So good.
It's pretty good.
It's such a good name. First of all,
is that his real nickname or is that just what you call him?
No, everyone's calling him the Eraser for
just blocks. The blocks.
He just does the block. He recovers and then he blocks. It's fantastic.
The getting burned part is problematic because he gets beat a lot. But then he's somehow
then he recovers and blocks.
Yeah. So
but between him and between Koulibaly, I mean, they're doing great. I think
Bub hit a little bit of a slump.
Bub hit a little bit, but it's I mean, they're called the Whiz Kids now, right? So just let them get their minutes together. They're going to start figuring it out. They're probably a season and a half away from maybe being able to figure out how to be like a top 10 defense, which sounds shocking if you look at the scores this season.
Yes,
but it's coming.
The team, the player that they should not be courting right now, who's asked for a trade, is
Trey.
No, just say no.
Do you really hate that?
I hate Trey. He adds nothing to this team. In fact, he all he does, adding him to the team, takes away valuable minutes from the young guys. You're getting nothing. You're not any better. You're not making.
I will respect that. You need to give the young guys all the time that they can get together. And then it comes down into the lottery discussion, right? Do you want them to get time together, figure it out, get some wins, or embrace, quote unquote, the
They have a zillion draft picks moving.
I don't believe that the lottery is on the up and up, so I don't think you should play in hopes that you get the lottery.
No,
they'll never give it to us. The NBA is corrupt.
OKC never had the number 1 overall pick. Unless I'm sorely mistaken. I think they were always in the mix, but they also collected draft picks from other teams. And then the Wizards are kind of doing the same.
We're doing the same thing. Yeah. I mean, we said it. 300 episodes ago.
Yeah.
They're going to be the OKC of the East eventually.
Yes, if you go listen to episode 10, you are going to hear about a Wizards take that probably still fits in episode 366. I will say, though, the only retread that apparently might be available is Russell Westbrook. I would bring him back in a heartbeat. City loved him. He loved the city.
I mean,
I filled the stat sheet. He wants to play. He actually is still good enough at his current age to get them into the playoffs. That's how good he is.
Would you bring him off the bench, or are you giving him a starting position?
I would want him on the. I mean, he comes in off the bench now, and he's averaging,
now. But when you put him on a Wizards team, he's good enough to be a starter.
No, probably not. I probably don't make him a starter, but he elevates your second unit. You probably win more games with him than without him at this point. So
you know what I wouldn't want to do is bring anybody that messes with the team dynamics. I don't want a superstar. I don't want a me player. I don't want like a.
He is that? Yeah. I mean, they traded
unless your superstar is Giannis. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but they traded away Jordan Poole for that reason. They traded away Kuzma, who's I mean, both of those guys really just kind of regress to the mean, right? They are who we thought they were, kind of like they're not special players.
You know who's playing great? Denny's playing great.
It's criminal actually that they got rid of. It's a big misstep by this administration, the trading of Denny, because he's like an actual basketball player.
He's playing really well.
Yeah. Anything on the Caps, boys, you want to touch on before we put a bow on it?
I stopped watching. We were up 5-1.
I mean, I turned off Walk because I was getting distracted.
Do you want the score, Andy, or you want to?
I'm looking at it. It's 5-3.
5-3. Listen, they had a great November. They kind of hit a skid in December. They got injured, and right now, I mean, point differential. The offense is working. They're getting points. They're playing great. It's now a question of injuries and depth. LT's still fine in goal. He's still doing great. It's a congested Metro division. I mean, you lose a game or two and you can drop significantly out of the playoff run and go into like a 7 or 8 seed. But they're playing okay. The power play needs some adjustments, right? They have to do something different on the power play. But I think the biggest headline right now is Tom Wilson and his injury. I think he's day by day. It hurts to not have him out there. But
also like this season specifically, there's gonna be a lot of slumps, and then there's gonna be a lot of ramp ups. It's an Olympic year.
Yeah.
Every game, like games are crammed. You can be playing like 5 games in 7 days.
Yeah. So the Olympic watch is something to take note of, because some players might play a little bit easier to not ruin their trip to Milan. But they're a good team, right? If they're going to go through their injury and their slumps and their depth questions, I'd rather it now than March. So it's not concerning. They're still playing good hockey. They're still they're not an easy win for anybody. So I'll take it. I mean, it's okay.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else you're tracking these days?
Hello.
Yeah, college football playoffs.
College football playoffs.
Big
Ohio State.
No, but Joe, are you tracking the upsets that happened last weekend?
No, I'm not tracking anything. College football ruined college football. I'm out on college football.
Yes. And
there's 1,400 students in the transfer portal. I am 100% out on crap college football. Out.
The committees that are choosing which teams make it into the playoffs, they screwed up royally this year because of the upsets that you're seeing in the score differences. Like, it's insane.
But my issue goes beyond that, FP. It's dragging for too long. Like the national championship game used to be played on the 1st. It's now the 5th, and we're not even. Where are we? There's still how many more games before we get to the final?
I think we're in the semis.
Yeah, it's too long. It's too long. The last meaningful game the majority of these teams played was the first week of December. It's too long. It's too long of a layoff.
No, I like
no, they played 2 weeks ago.
It's like it keeps it's like. Oh, like we gotta wait a week to see the next game. Like it's good. It makes you want it.
So who's
it's exciting.
Left? Who's left?
Oh, I gotta go back and look. Miami, Indiana, Ole Miss, Oregon.
We're not down to 4 yet?
Where's our intern?
Yeah, where is he? He only cares about the Niners.
20. Who's left in the college football playoff?
You got
I would imagine. I thought it was 4 teams left. This is
I
crazy.
think, yeah, no, you got Miami versus Ole Miss, Oregon versus Indiana. 4 teams left.
It's 4 teams.
Yeah,
That
all right.
sounds right.
That's it.
They play this weekend, and then the national
They
championship
play
is
Thursday, Friday.
this week.
Championship is on the 19th.
Okay, so another week. The 19th is the Monday
Monday the 19th.
MLK holiday.
Yes.
It's too long, guys. It's too long.
Well, they have to balance it around NFL playoffs. I mean, the TV stations are having a say on this.
Okay. So you guys are into it. I'm not. I mean, I'm just. I don't know. I don't know who the minority is on this. To be honest,
It's kind of mirroring the NFL where the big powerhouses in the playoffs, right? Just like the QBs aren't in the NFL playoffs except for Josh Allen, right? It's interesting, but like Miami versus Ole Miss, that's a big one. Miami probably upsets Ole Miss, and then Oregon versus Indiana. Indiana's playing really, 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 really good football.
Those are your top 2 quarterback prospects.
Exactly.
The guy
right.
from Oregon, Dante something.
Mendoza.
And Mendoza. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's your Raiders Jets number 1 and number 2 if he comes
Basically.
out. The guy from
I saw a
Oregon.
bunch of signs in the Raiders game that we want Mendoza signs. Apparently, Gino's going to be one and done too. All right, I guess college football. Yay, college football. Okay. We did have a chance to connect with Pete. I think he is watching F1. 20 did watch F1 and loved it. So I'm happy to report that my wife also listened to OMC 21, and then she also watched F1 the movie. So a lot of people checking out F1 the movie because of the show.
Did she like it?
Great movie.
She did. I asked her for her rating. She said it was an 8. So I said the rating is 1 to 5. She said it's an 8. I was like, okay, so it's that good or it's a 3 out of 5? She's like, it's an 8, and that was the end of the conversation.
I agree.
Well,
I
that
agree
would
with
make it
wifey.
a 4. I'll make it a 4 out of 5. But okay.
Don't bring
Whatever.
fractions into the podcast.
Yeah, the rating system for anybody listening is 1 to 5. Okay, I don't think we haven't done any zeros yet. So 1 to 5, or actually we may have done a 0.
Don't even start with me.
Was the Sinner? No. The movie I picked, I think, got a.
It was what's
okay.
his face from Fast and Furious's movie.
Yes.
Oh God, yes, that movie was
That
horrendous.
was a very bad movie. That was a very bad movie. He did want us to watch. I think our new format moving forward is 1 movie we haven't seen and 1 classic. And the classic, it sounds like we're trending towards Along Came Polly.
That's not a classic, but okay.
It's not a classic.
Save
Not
it for the
20
show. Save it
Hell
for
no,
the
it's not a
show.
classic.
Not 20 years old.
Well,
It's
it depends.
old.
Is it
What do you
an
know about
old
Iceman?
movie or is it a classic?
What do you know about Iceman? What do you know about Iceman?
Check it out.
Sandy Lyle.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll watch it. I'm down.
yeah, come on.
Oof.
Basketball scene is tremendous. Okay. All right, boys. Anything to plug? Last go, Admiral.
No, my plug was actually the U, but we kind of talked about it a little bit. I'm good. Great show.
FP. Anything from you, sir?
Yeah, I'm trying to buy one of the Nike Tech jumpsuits that the president of Venezuela was rocking.
Yo,
They're being sold out everywhere.
How many uniform changes for that guy?
They're being sold out everywhere. Nike is there's no such thing as bad publicity. They're through the roof on their sales on
That
Nike
dude was
Tech.
extracted at 6 a.m. and was in his 4th outfit by 6 p.m. I mean,
he's rocking AirPod Pros, and
we didn't
rocking
get
Nikes.
into it here, but maybe we'll save it for the next show or the
Yeah,
political.
Stevie left us, but
Yeah, well, something tells me Stevie wasn't going to comment on it either way. But there's, this is not a political statement. What an amazingly precise operation. That's what I'm gonna say.
the only thing that I can think after this operation is if gas goes down to under $1 a gallon, we're all buying V12s.
we're all buying tours, GTs.
We're all buying V12 cars. I'm gonna go get a Ford Excursion.
I don't want to make light of that's a good point. They average about the same miles per gallon. It's wild what's happening in the world right now, but we'll keep an eye on that for maybe for next week. For the boys, my name is Joe. This is episode 366 in the books. Thank you for hanging out with us. The show is DTC, Defeating the Curse. You can listen wherever you get your podcasts. You can also listen early on Patreon. If you haven't already subscribed to the Patreon, go do that ASAP. The show is there first, and then it eventually will hit Apple and Spotify and everywhere else by the end of the week. But do us a favor. Please join us on Patreon. It's very easy to find. Go to patreon.com/DTC or Defeating the Curse. We pop right up and join. You will find all of our shows there. Everything is nicely organized. All the curated stuff is there. All the photos from past events are there. Please join us there. Till next week, we are out. Happy football. Happy New Year. Happy playoffs. Happy college football playoffs. Happy, happy, happy. We'll see you next week.